me! You! Listening to this podcast right now! Do you want to hear a fucking podcast about anything and everything? Yeah. Like movies, music, television, and more?
Oh my god.
Well, you've come to the right place. Yes. Subscribe to Journey into Comics Network, and you get Podcastrophe, hosted by me, Dick. Why not throw a couple bucks to the Patreon? It's your choice. Yeah. This is a Podcastrophe.
That sounds so awesome.
The following is a Journey into Comics Network production.
This is a tasty burger.
You ever tried shawarma? There's a shawarma joint about 2 blocks from here. I don't know what it is, but I want to try it.
Do you want some coffee, Mr. Tully?
Do I? Yes, have some. Yes, have some.
Is butter a carb? Will you stop eating?
We elves try to stick to the 4 main food groups. Candy, candy canes, candy corns, and syrup.
I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 20 of Foodies Watching Movies. I'm your host, Veronica, and with me, as always, my co-host, Nate.
What up?
How's it going?
It's good.
Good. And we're here with AP.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good. Good to see you.
Good to be here.
And Lauren, how you doing, girl?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Yeah.
You look tired.
Yeah. Even though I got like 10 hours of sleep last night, I'm just...
Only 10 hours
Only
of sleep?
10 hours of sleep.
I think the past,
wow.
2 days this past week, I don't think I got 10 hours combined. So,
You've been busy.
Joys of life.
Yeah, you have a whole new podcast about your new joys of life.
You've been busy adulting.
I've been busy adulting.
So next Wednesday we'll hear that podcast, hopefully episode dose.
Yeah, I think we're recording... Probably by the time this airs, we'll probably have recorded the new one.
Cool. That's exciting.
Adulting ain't easy.
Yeah.
The official episode 1, since we have episode 0 in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
So actually it'd be kind of, 0.
Weird. That's weird. Anyways, it's cool because we're all finally back together. I can't actually recall the last Foodies where we were all...
Oscars.
The Oscars in March?
Oh, man.
Holy
it's been a while.
shit.
It's been like 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's been...
Time flies.
Mm-hmm.
And, man.
Time flies when you're having fun and watching movies and eating delicious food.
I think you guys did one Foodies with just you and V.
Yeah.
Think.
And then you did one episode with me, V, and then who was that? Was his name Andrew?
Oh, Juhas. Yeah, when we went and saw Isle of Dogs.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was really
and
fun.
Then
I can't wait to have him back on the network.
Liz and AP did an episode by themselves.
That was 19.
Which was the first episode of Foodies I was not on at all.
Bizarre.
Very bizarre.
Well, I helped you out because that was the weekend of Sarah's. I was like, do you want me just to do this?
I was
Help you out
like,
a little bit?
you are a straight up gangster. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Sushi Kushi. That was last episode.
That was
and now here we are.
Great restaurant.
20.
So I still don't like eel. Still don't like eel.
Each of us is officially 5-star because we made 20 episodes.
Yeah. 20 episodes.
Nate's struggling. You okay?
I dropped my cap.
What's our... If you count the first season, what's our number for total then?
Overall 26. This is the 26th.
The first season only 6 episodes?
Yeah, it was weird because...
So for this season of Foodies, it was like how many episodes?
So far we're at 20.
So this is the first episode of the 20th episode of season 2 of 20 of Foodies.
Then we're probably going to be...
Like a TV show season.
I think it's 23 when we're done. We're going to have 3 more episodes after this and be at our finale in the middle of July.
TV show season.
So we'll have a little bit of time off to recoup and regroup.
We still need to do another Brews with Babes.
I know,
whenever
I
you're
can't
ready,
wait for
seriously,
that.
we can get that going because we want to make that a Patreon exclusive show to start and then draw it out because it was really fun.
I do like that logo suggestion.
Man.
That Dick suggested.
Oh, yes. Oh, man.
We can talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll talk about that off air. It was actually very, very clever. But, man, we went to the theater and seen a lot of stuff recently, you guys. I mean...
Yeah.
You are like you're a cinephile though. You go like every day, I think, don't you?
Day.
You liar. You go like almost every day.
Well, you have Movie Pass. So.
2 movies this week.
Well, yeah, I didn't see Deadpool over the weekend, so I saw Deadpool on like Tuesday.
Oh,
at AMC, and then I saw
gotcha.
Solo on Thursday.
We saw Solo last night. Lauren has not yet seen Solo,
So
so we're not going to spoil it, but we can talk about,
just let the
a little bit
win.
about it.
You can listen to Journey into Comics this past week, this episode that we just did, 193, I think it was, with Nick and myself.
Is it spoilery?
It's going to be spoilery filled. I haven't recorded it yet, so I'm time traveling
Did Nick
right
see it
now.
already?
Yeah,
Did Nick see
they
it?
saw it on. They
Nick
saw it
saw it
on.
with Dick?
Yeah. The Dick and Nick show went.
The Dick.
The Dick and Nick show.
That should be
Aw, bromance.
That'd be a great
Dicks with
podcast. No, that's suggested in a different way.
Anyway, moving on.
No.
So we've seen a lot of movies.
Yeah, and I feel like there's like more to come because I thought June we were gonna have some time off to not see a movie, and you're like, hey, Incredibles 2 comes out in June, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, June 15th, right?
Man.
And then Ant-Man is
July 6th. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Hereditary comes out June 8th. I really want to go see that.
Hereditary?
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about, and I was told that I wouldn't like it.
It's probably not, because it deals a lot with like mother-child relationships.
Okay, then no.
Just
I
do
wouldn't
a
like that.
Mother Hereditary double feature night, and then cry for the next 72 hours.
No.
Just get it all
This is
out.
already
Just
making
get it
me
all
miss my
out.
little
Please
child.
don't. Please don't do that to
Just
yourself.
watch it with your child, and then it'll be fine.
Oh my god!
Man, wow.
I don't feel like scarring my 4.5-year-old for life, so no, I'll pass. So, what is Hereditary about? Why do you want to see this movie?
It's got Toni Collette in it, and she plays like a woman who she does like miniature paintings of things. I don't know what she does. Like, I feel like that's not what she does like for a living.
Okay.
But it might just be one of her hobbies. She like does like little houses and like little dolls and things. And
already creepy.
Yeah. Her mom passed away maybe just recently, like probably just like within the past few days in this episode maybe, or in this movie. And she finds out that her mom was like into the occult or something, and she's like kind of maybe put a curse on her family, like on Toni Collette, and then on her children too, because the kids look pretty like fucked up in this movie.
Ooh, I don't think I want to see that.
Spooky.
I like spooky movies, but not one that involves little kids.
What else has Toni Collette done? I cannot place her
She
face.
was in the United States of Terror.
She's in the United States of Terror. She was in Little Miss Sunshine. She played the mom in Little Miss Sunshine.
She's been Muriel's Wedding. She's been in everything, a million things.
Yeah,
she was
yeah.
in The Sixth Sense.
Okay, now I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, if you haven't seen The United States of Terror, I would recommend watching it. What was it, Showtime or HBO?
Showtime.
Definitely Showtime.
The Showtime. That was a really good show.
She was the lead in that?
She was. She had like multiple personality
Yeah, she played a really good character in that show.
Yeah, and Brie Larson was in it as the daughter, and I love Brie Larson.
Yeah, she's going to be Captain Marvel, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
It's going to be so good. I
can't
wait
movie
for that.
I can't wait for. That's going to be good. Anyway, so we saw a bunch of trailers. I mean,
yeah, I kind of want to just go around the table and talk about if recently you've been to the movies or even seen, because like you said, you've seen a trailer for Hereditary that like got you hyped for that movie. Honestly, can I say one trailer that I'm sick of fucking seeing?
Is it the new Mission Impossible?
Yes, it fucking is. It's
I feel like that was the first. I feel like that was the first like preview that came up or trailer that came up when I was seeing Infinity War.
Yeah, and you're just like, come on.
Every
time.
time.
The mustache that ruined Justice League.
Yeah, what is that? The Happy Friends crime? The
weird like Muppets.
Yes.
Detective
the
murder
Muppet
jizzing all over everything with their
puppet
silly
movie,
string.
the dirty puppet movie that's coming out.
What is it called?
You guys keep talking.
The
I'm gonna
Happy
get
Time Murders or something.
I don't know. We saw this trailer and it's like featuring Muppets. It's like
it's from the director of like every classic Muppet movie, and then it's literally like it's got what is her name? Melissa McCarthy.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the guy from The Office.
She's like a cop, and her partner is a puppet, and people are somebody is killing puppets.
Well, yeah, and it's the show. It's like they all had a career where they were like it was like after the Muppet Show, and all these Muppets are real beings, and they're just in life. And there's a bunch that are like on the street that is as prostitutes.
Right.
I'll suck your dick for 50 cents. Like, well, it makes me wish I had a dick, and then just moving on. I'm like, what is this show? This is disturbing.
Yeah, it looked disturbing.
I'm trying to pull up a trailer for Lauren right now, so if you guys could.
The one thing the trailer that the trailer that I saw that I really want to see is that Christopher Robin movie.
Oh,
with Ewan McGregor.
The Winnie the Pooh movie.
Yeah, it actually looks really good. They got all the original voice actors back, and it looks like it's a guy in his midlife.
It looks
refinding his child
as fuck.
Wait, what is it? What is it?
It's a essentially a live action Winnie the Pooh featuring Ewan McGregor as Christopher Robin as a grown up version who's going through stress of family life, and then Winnie the Pooh and the rest of the 100 Acre Wood help bring him back and make him a kid, remember his youth.
Yeah, that sounds sad to me.
Yeah.
Well, it's better than just doing a live action Winnie the Pooh movie. It gives it a different type of story.
Yeah, I guess I was never really super into Winnie the Pooh, like as a child. I don't know. I resonated with Eeyore a lot, if you know what I mean.
He was just very... He was just
melancholy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Eeyore. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a movie I don't feel like I need to see.
All right, so Lauren's going to watch this Happy Time Murders trailer, and I just want to see her reaction since she hasn't seen it, you know?
Oh, gosh.
Oh, God, what are you showing me? It says this preview has been restricted. It's like a Red Band trailer.
Yes, she's not expecting this at all. I'm so excited.
Oh, I just love the director.
Keep talking into the microphone.
I'm trying to watch this.
I know. We got to find a better setup for this. I want to get a little television there that I can make.
Can you dub over this
with
the actual...
Yeah, I'm going to. That's the plan, actually. So hopefully it'll work. Yeah, so... I remember seeing this in theaters. I was just like, what in the
This is Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for
this.
this.
Partially funding this movie.
Really?
Yeah, it was just in the preview.
Huh.
The Asian market's a big market for film.
Well, I mean...
It's the reason The Great Wall actually did good overseas, but not here.
I don't even know what that is.
The Matt Damon movie where he's defending the Great Wall of China from those... You never saw the trailer for that or anything?
No.
Because it wasn't released over here.
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
Willem Dafoe was in it.
I don't remember.
And then some K-pop star or something.
Joel McHale?
Yeah.
I love Joel McHale. He was in Community.
I love Community.
I love Community, too. That's why I'm really excited to go see the new Star Wars movie because it has Donald Glover in it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he's phenomenal.
It's worth seeing
Donald
that
Glover.
movie just for Donald Glover.
Troy and Abed in the
He's
morning.
such a good performer.
Yeah.
Did you watch SNL?
I know.
Yes.
I've had
That
like
was
This
funny
Is
shit.
America in my head.
Because everyone's always like...
ever since I saw it on the SNL
Donald Glover,
thing.
Danny Glover's
Yeah.
son? No, he's different people. I love that the drugs look like pixie stick powder.
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple years ago, me and my mom and sister went to go see a Muppet Show play in Joliet at some big theater.
Was it Avenue
But it
Q?
was like rated R, you know. And
You saw Avenue Q, didn't you?
Yeah, I think that's what I saw.
Yeah, it's a
I can't
very
remember.
adult show.
It was very adult. It was so funny. I loved it.
It's not playing that far from me in one of the suburbs, but
It's really
I didn't
funny.
feel like paying like $40 for a ticket to go see it.
We're almost at the end of this trailer.
Oh, Lauren's laughing. Oh, the end of the trailer is the worst.
Why?
Yeah, why did they make this movie? Who is this for?
Is it really necessary?
Just don't take your kids accidentally into that movie. Just don't do it.
I know, and you know people will, and it's people are so dumb.
It's like, what was the other movie
It
that...
does look... I love Melissa McCarthy and I love Joel McHale.
Yeah, me too.
Got the guy
That's
from
why
The
I
And
Office.
isn't that Stanley from The Office?
Yeah. He's still working. I don't know. I'm trying to think what other trailers that I've saw that were good. I talked about before the show about that Hotel Artemis, I think is what it's called.
Oh yeah, with
That
Jodie
looks-
Foster.
Jodie Foster's... can't tell if she's actually that old now or if they really aged her up for that role. Because she looks a lot older than I thought she did.
I don't think that she's... I think that's a lot of makeup on her.
Definitely.
I was like, there's no way she's that old. But I like... Because they got like Sterling K. Brown and... Got a couple... I don't think who else is in that... I'm trying to think of that trailer now. I only saw it before Deadpool 2. Or not Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
We've seen it a couple of times.
I think it was before Solo and Deadpool 2, actually.
I didn't see it before Solo. We did not have that before Solo. We did have Ant-Man and the Wasp trailer, which, of course, stoked on that. Not a lot to say about that movie. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked
That's
about
actually
this
really
trailer
cool
before.
because he is double tiny. because they go tiny, and he was tiny in the van, but didn't realize they were tiny when he was already tiny.
So how tiny was he?
Super tiny. The tiniest.
Wow, the tiniest.
Yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp looks like it's going to be fine. It's going to be funny. Poor Paul Rudd.
Poor Paul Rudd, is that what you said?
Yeah, every time I think of him now, I think of that Jimmy Kimmel mean tweets thing where they were where he was reading a mean tweet about himself.
Dinner with his
yeah,
wife.
He's like, Paul Rudd is so vanilla that he's probably just sitting at home having a bland spaghetti dinner, talking to his family about his day.
Which is probably the most sincerest.
I know.
Paul Rudd is very vanilla. It's like that
so
role
funny.
models. You white, then you Ben Affleck. It's okay.
I liked that movie too. Role
What
models.
other trailers did we see?
The Equalizer 2, which
yeah.
I'm not.
I never saw The Equalizer 1.
Me
so
neither, but
The Equalizer 2 looks really good.
That's what I was saying. I was like, oh, okay, I'm into this. Like, I could actually get behind this.
A sequel until I was like, oh, this is. You could have been any other. You couldn't call it any other name and be like, I'll probably still see that.
I'm not gonna lie. When I saw him, I was like, are they already doing a Roman J. Esquire 2? Like, what the fuck? What is this movie?
Yeah,
you know,
I never saw the first one.
I didn't see that either.
Denzel Washington can just do whatever. I don't care.
Another trailer that we keep seeing that I'm super tired of seeing is the Fantastic Beast one or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the Crimes of Grindelwald.
It looks okay.
Yeah, I feel like when I was watching it, I was like, why do I need to care about this?
We didn't see the first Fantastic Beast.
Yeah, I didn't see
the first one.
I still haven't seen the first one either, even though it's on HBO now, so I could easily watch it. I just haven't taken the time to sit down and
Yeah.
The first one was really good. I liked it.
Was it good?
Mm-hmm. The Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I actually enjoyed that.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting over it, over that series, over that world.
It's
Maybe I'm just not into it
right?
anymore.
Yeah, it takes place in the 20s. 1920s New York is where they.
If they were to ever make another Harry Potter, like a legitimate Harry Potter, if she were to ever come out with a book.
Well, they might do a movie version of Cursed Child, which would be technically a Harry Potter sequel. Have you heard about Cursed Child? The play. It's Broadway now. She wrote the script for it. It released as a script book. I have it.
It's like Harry's kid.
Yeah, it's a story about Harry's kid, and it's 20. It's basically the story from the epilogue of the books. It's that story.
Okay.
And people, it's a little darker, but people seem to like it. It's doing really good business in West End and in New York.
Yeah, if they were to ever do another Harry Potter thing that was with the same people or whatever, I would totally be down.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a story left to tell.
Yeah. I feel like I'm just over it.
But I think
how many years later did the Harry Potter epilogue take place?
20? It was the kids were 10, so I think it's probably 15, 17 years later or something.
Yeah.
Probably.
They were all in their 40s or whatever.
Yeah,
I feel like they made a big day about it this past year because
it was like the mark of 20 years, right?
Yeah, it was like
the whole story took place
in
the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just like Captain Marvel.
Like 98, like 97.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really loved Harry Potter when it came out, the movies and the books both.
Saw Sorcerer's Stone at the Lorraine.
Ooh, yeah. I walked through a blizzard to go to the old Pomida in Hoopston to buy the first Harry Potter on DVD because it just released, and I was like, I have to have it.
I still have my first Harry Potter on DVD.
I don't. I sold mine, but I have the Blu-ray box set that's dope.
I still have mine. I don't have any of my Harry Potter books.
Oh.
I don't know what happened to them. I had them all when I lived in Lowell, and then I moved up to my apartment in Griffith, and I can't remember if I had them then.
They're just gone.
Yeah.
Damn.
To the wind.
Yep.
Sometimes that happens.
They were all first editions, too, because I got all of them, on Amazon, the day they came out.
Hell yeah.
Back when Amazon wasn't really Amazon, it was just a place to buy books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those would, I could probably, if I still had those somewhere, I could probably,
sell them for dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people hold on to their copies, but some people want to get into it or want first edition.
That's why I'm so mad. I don't know what happened to them.
Have you asked anybody
hey,
you got my
Maybe they're in a
books?
box in a closet or something.
I like how we're hypothesizing where her possible Harry Potter books are, although we have no idea what and or where they might have even possibly been. We're just like, it might be in this box. She didn't put them in a fucking box. There was no box.
I've never been to her house. I don't know where she lived before now.
I'm like, did you ask your mom? Maybe your mom doesn't even know about these fucking books. Like, why would we ask her? We don't know.
My mom knows about them because I used to get them delivered to her house, and she would always make a big deal about when they came in the mail.
Oh, you got another package. What are you spending money on? Right?
Getting things in the mail. I miss that. It's not just bills.
That's adult mail.
Yeah, I don't like adult mail. Maybe you should talk about that on your podcast.
Adult mail?
Grown-up mail.
So I don't get bills by
'Cause
mail
when
anymore.
you're little,
it's
whenever
all
you get mail, it's like
it's all
magical and
e-bills.
fun.
I think my emails are more fun than when I get in the mail anymore. I just get a lot of spam mail. It's like,
I
as a
don't
credit
like
card
getting
application,
email.
I don't need a credit card
I
application.
hate
Someone
when
is
people
here.
email me.
Oh, Sarah's students are getting picked up.
Okay.
From their lessons. But,
Anyway, so what do you guys think of Solo without spoiling it for Lauren? Since we talked about the
I
trailers
think it
that
was
we even remember.
probably the most fan service film I've seen in the Star Wars.
Yeah,
Like,
it
there
was
was a
lighter
lot
in
of-
tone. It wasn't Rogue One.
I
Let's
feel
just
like
say
I
that.
could watch this movie again without feeling depressed about life.
yeah, it's definitely an easy, like, you want to go rewatch it. I know when I saw Rogue One, it was like, okay, I've seen it in theaters. I'll wait till it comes on Blu-ray to watch it ever again. And I think I've only watched it 1 or 2 times after that. And
I've only seen it twice, once in theaters and then once with you and your dad.
And you can probably watch it by itself without really a whole lot of context, because even though you know who these characters are, you get introduced to them all over.
Oh,
again.
yeah, Solo.
So you could
Who
watch
plays Solo? Isn't it?
Alden Ehrenreich.
Yes.
He actually did a good job. It wasn't a Harrison Ford impression. It was just him
But it was-
playing Solo.
But was Harrison Ford enough? Like,
it was enough.
It was Han Solo.
It was
now.
enough that I could let it go that it wasn't Harrison Ford.
Yeah, which was a big concern.
It was a big concern. I was, a lot of people were really worried that it was.
For
gonna
some reason,
suck.
I thought the actor who played Solo was the young kid from Into the Wild, Emil Hirsch.
That was
no.
Oh, Emil.
I don't think I know who that is.
Emil Hirsch
Emil
was
Hirsch
in the
was
movie that
in-
we watched. The movie you made me watch with Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, Killer Joe?
That was that kid, or the young guy with the beard. That's Emil Hirsch.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Those are
He's
two
in
very
that
different
Bonnie and
movies.
Clyde TV series.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I've
don't know,
never
I still
seen it.
think-
What channel is it on?
I think it was on the History Channel. Or no, maybe it was Lifetime. It was Lifetime. Lifetime did a Bonnie and Clyde thing.
Donald
Made
Glover
for
is
TV
definitely the
movie or something.
standout character of Solo, though.
I don't know, man. I liked L3 quite a bit, though. Like
Their rapport was the best.
Them in tandem is definitely the best
Yeah,
for that.
I love Donald Glover, and I loved him in this movie, and I loved all his capes.
I also
You're going to be excited, Lauren.
I also
You'll
loved
be
how
happy.
much the trailers redirected you from what actually happened in the movie.
Yeah.
The trailer was
Yeah.
a bunch of redirects.
Absolutely, and a lot
But that's
of
how it should be. You should not know the overall plot from the trailer.
yeah, and I think that
Right, 'cause you don't
considering
want to watch the whole movie in the trailer like we did with some trailers.
oh, what was that movie, Skyscraper?
Yeah,
with
they
Dwayne
played
the Rock
that
Johnson.
new Rock movie that's coming
I
out.
thought that Skyscraper already came out, and I was like, oh, there's the trailer for it. And I was like, oh, I don't want to see this movie.
No, we were watching it. I was like, Jesus, I feel like I watched the whole movie in that trailer, and I don't need to see
I
how
feel like
it ends.
every Rock movie that's an action movie is the same. His other stuff, like when he does like those more comedy movies, they're usually really good. But all of his like action movies, it's like him against the world. I'm like,
But it's also him against the world, and every building is crumbling.
it's like why? It's like
Because
why are you
it's
climbing
like-
scaffolding up hundreds of stories? I don't understand.
Have you seen this trailer for Skyscraper?
What's it called? Skyscraper?
Yeah.
They're in like
With
this.
The Rock.
It's a big corporation.
Oh,
Big
yeah.
He's like a
spherical-
security guard or something, or security
kinda just-
analyst. And he has to like save his family from a
But
burning building.
It looked like Rampage, and it looked like all the other movies Rock has done recently.
It
you
looked
know?
like, honestly, to me, I feel like when I saw it, I was like, is this a ripoff of Die Hard?
Yeah, it looked
Kinda,
really
yeah.
stressful.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to see this movie. I lived through the trailer.
What was that
It's
other
enough.
Rock movie, San Andreas?
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
need to see that
The
either.
world's collapsing.
He's
It's
just
like-
coming out with pointless shit.
Yeah.
He makes. They can give any crappy movie to The Rock Johnson, they'll get a huge crowd.
Oh, absolutely, because he's a phenomenal actor. But
He needs to do something. Well, he'll get tied up with Shazam, hopefully, if that still happens.
well,
Or not Shazam.
Black Adam.
Black
yeah,
Adam.
but no, the Shazam movie's done. I mean, or close to done.
Oh yeah, they did.
They released the first picture of Zach Levi
He
as
actually
Shazam.
He looks comic accurate.
You understand that Shazam is like the weird superhero that is a kid who becomes an adult superhero, and that's the dichotomy.
what
is
does
he's
he
still
say?
a kid brain.
He says Shazam, right?
Yes, Billy Batson.
He's the original.
Shazam.
He's the original Captain Marvel.
Yeah, and actually, there has been conjecture and thoughts that he was the kid holding the cell phone in Justice League at the beginning of the movie, because he's a big fan of Superman. That's the whole reason he wants to be a superhero.
So they're going to show that scene again. And
So
then be
they
like,
might show it from his angle with a less shitty mustache.
Was that like when they were talking about the kid in Iron Man 2 was actually Peter Parker?
It could be, but I digress. I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, this is the Journey into Comics network, after all. So if it doesn't inevitably come back to DC or Marvel,
I
Or
guess.
Star Wars.
or Star Wars, or any, I guess any nerddom, it works.
Man, do we need to
It
get
works.
into that, Lauren?
What?
Well, you finally saw Infinity War.
Yeah.
What, I love her.
Let's talk about it.
Can you say the thing you said again?
it was like a party, and all my favorite superheroes were invited, but they all died at the party, and it wasn't a good time.
I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah. The Infinity War was pretty savage.
Yeah.
I'm finally recovered from it.
I'm left with so much anger and so many questions.
But you know what? It's okay, because Thanos is going to return in the sequel.
Anger, sadness, and questions.
It's funny because I think I could answer those questions. How about you throw some questions this way and let's just get into it? Like, what are your
Nate's
questions?
ready to talk about this
Oh,
again.
you know it.
Nate's always ready to talk about it.
You understand?
He hasn't talked about it in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, I'm just itching. I don't know, all these new thoughts and theories and ideas. Go ahead.
Mostly just what happened to everyone at the end, since, I mean, everyone's already seen it pretty much.
Okay.
Warming.
They all cease to exist.
So, to further express this, the big thing with Thanos is, like he says in the movie, you know, that his idea for Titan when...
I know, because it was genocide, wasn't it? He committed... He did it for, like, the betterment of his planet.
And, well, he wanted to, and they told him no, and it didn't happen. He didn't go get the stones. He didn't go fairly blink half of them out of existence with no worry. So, obviously, the event of, what would you call it, extinction happens on Titan, and he's the last survivor. And so when he does get the stones, he's like, I can make this right in the universe. You got to look at Thanos as he's actually, even though he is absolutely the bad guy and everybody's against him, in his mind, he is the good guy who is trying to do right by balancing the universe and giving everyone who gets to survive an opportunity to live.
So he decides to make Earth his next target.
He makes the universe
everywhere.
Oh, everywhere?
That's why, because there were people, otherwise...
Oh, yeah, because everyone blinked out of existence.
Well, because when they were on Titan, you could hear it on all the planets around where...
So... I don't know if those are a good idea on a podcast, but...
I'll eat it off mic. This is a Foodies podcast.
Sure.
I need some stinking chips. Leave me alone.
Fair
It's lunchtime.
Are those dill pickle?
Yeah.
I can smell them. I'm going to have one.
Yeah. They're not the best. I feel like these dill pickle Lay's chips are like a little too artificial tasting.
See, I don't like dill pickle flavored anything.
You're not a big fan of artificial flavors.
I'm not a fan of artificial
Remember that one
flavors.
time we had like a Mountain Dew? It was like, this just tastes like chemicals. And I was like, but it just tastes like chemicals. But it's a Mountain Dew.
Holiday blend. It was a holiday blend she hated.
Yeah, I don't like Mountain Dew. Or was the
Red, White, and Dew?
Oh, well, it might have been Red, White, and Dew. I can't remember.
I don't remember, but it was awful. And tastes like
but back to it. When Thanos...
Pepsi. That's my weakness.
When Thanos decides to balance the universe and does this, he could have been one of the people that gets blinked out of existence. It was entirely random.
It doesn't matter status, position.
Rich, poor, young, old,
it's
healthy, disabled, everybody, the entire...
So he got the ring that he needed from Vision, didn't he?
He got the Mind Stone's the last part of the gauntlet. And
he used the Time Stone to go back in time to get the thing from Vision before she destroyed it.
Yeah.
The first time in the movie that they actually used the Time Stone timey-wimey like that.
Right.
Which Strange had an opportunity to use at any point.
Like, you're not using... He called him out that he wasn't using it. You're not using your big
I feel like
weapon.
that's maybe because Strange knew that in the end, like, the only way to defeat him was to go this long...
He said there was only one way that it was going to go.
It's going to be a long end game.
And he said at the end, it had to be this way.
If they don't call Avengers 4 Avengers Endgame, I'm not going to be upset.
I think it's going to be the number 4 ever. Avengers 4 ever. Because 4, think about the number 4 and how important that has to Marvel.
I don't think we'll see it that soon. I'm gonna put my foot in the ground. I don't think we'll see any Fox characters before Avengers Infinity War, or the sequel to Avengers Infinity War wraps up. Because they filmed it already.
They're going to tease Galactus, I'm telling you. They have to. Did you
Well,
know?
I mean, what's her name? Marvel, Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
She comes out with her movie before the Avengers 4.
Mm-hmm. And
like
that
a month before.
And that movie
They're
is
timing
set...
this all like
That
very
trailer
strategically.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how they're going to do the trailer for Spider-Man. It's going to be tricky.
Because that comes out like a month after.
So they'll have to do previews, unless they go completely social media dark until the end credits of...
Oh, man. And then give you like a blast of stuff.
Well, it's like when they did the Avengers trailer
That's
at the
interesting
end.
marketing.
It's like when they gave you... Yeah, it was the Avengers trailer at the end of Captain America, right?
Mm-hmm.
That would blow people's mind. But I feel like you're going to see set photos before long. They're filming it right now, or should be.
They're trying to get that cast locked in. And
you're excited, aren't you?
Yeah, we'll talk about that eventually. But we'll stick with Infinity War for now. So back to it. Is there anything else, question-wise? Any other thoughts you had that we want to discuss? Did you like the movie?
Yeah, I did.
Even though you hated the movie, you loved the movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't hate the movie. I actually loved it. I thought it was very
Gotta watch
well
it the
done.
second time.
I just really wanted it to be Guardians of the
I really
Galaxy
need to go see it again. Just really go see it in theaters one more time, and then
take it in now that you know the whole story. Absolutely. There's so many little things,
I'd
too.
be okay if the Guardians didn't come back from the Soul Stone.
Boo earns. You boo earns. Get out of here.
No, it's fine.
Guardian.
I just want a movie with Stallone's crew, with the original.
Oh my
just have
gosh,
that be the movie.
AP, no.
Just have that be the movie.
I don't want to ever see Stallone in the freaking Guardians of the Galaxy universe again. I'd rather just have the team back.
I might get up early tomorrow and go see Avengers Infinity War again before noon, because aren't the tickets like
and
then
only
see
like
Deadpool 2 after.
$5?
Yeah, matinee
AP
prices.
really wants Lauren to do a double feature.
Or do all three. Just see Solo after that, too. Just do 3 movies in a day. You don't have any plans tomorrow, right?
Because you still haven't seen Deadpool, right?
No.
You have Monday off. Just do that.
I would really recommend seeing Deadpool before you see Infinity War again.
Wait, time out. Let me ask you a question. You saw the first Deadpool?
Yeah.
Did you really like it?
Yeah.
I think this is a better Deadpool than the first one. I mean, I loved the first one. Everything about that's perfect. This is just a little bit different, and I didn't make... This movie to me wasn't perfect. Deadpool loses points on soundtrack, and there's some kind of slow moments that don't really need to keep getting rehashed over and over and over, and I get the story. But then there are some, like, surprises and
that
major
Celine Dion
shifts.
song still gets me.
Ugh. But there's
Really?
some... Yeah.
Oh, come on.
I'm not a Celine fan, sorry. Never have been.
But it's a James Bond style song, and it's gonna get it an Oscar.
What?
You wait.
You think she's going to win an Oscar for Deadpool?
Deadpool 2? Watch when the nominations come out next year.
She is like French Canadian, right?
Yeah.
It's a very powerful song. Gotta watch the
It's a
video.
very powerful song. You're adorable. It's funny.
It's been stuck in my head for like a week now.
All I've been doing is listening to Guardians music for the past like 2 weeks, just to when I do everything.
I still think the first soundtrack is better than the second.
I disagree now. I think they're on the same keel now that I've like listened to them both with like intertwining the two and just like letting a random playlist happen. Which there's a whole podcast that we're gonna do soon.
I guess the third one will probably be pretty good too. We
Hopefully.
might get into like 90s music.
Maybe.
Wait, the third Guardians of the Galaxy? They're coming out with that. Isn't that like 2019?
2020.
2020.
That's the first movie of 2020 because 2019 is okay. From here on in, we'll get 3 Marvel movies a year. So 2019.
So much Marvel.
It's
a
not that
lot
bad
of Marvel.
It's a lot of Marvel.
It's a lot of Marvel. I feel
Well,
like the Marvel
but at
fatigue
least-
is
So in
seasonal.
2018, we're gonna get what? Ant-Man
and the Wasp is the last one.
Captain Marvel.
No, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Avengers: Infinity War, and then Black Panther was in February.
Okay.
So the next year, Captain Marvel will be in March. And then in May will be Avengers Infinity War. And then in July... Oh, the sequel, yeah, sorry. And then in July will be the Spider-Man sequel.
And then...
The next year will be Guardians 3 first.
And Black Panther 2, I think, are both slated for that year.
They've
Or
not
Black Panther 2
officially...
been announced yet.
They've not officially announced anything.
So what were the
other
3
than
Marvel
Guardians.
movies this year? They were
Black Panther, Infinity War, and then it'll be Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay.
At least
So
that's the last
that
one
started
until
this
March.
year. They're only doing the 3 movies.
Yep.
But if
this
the
year.
Fox deal goes through, that means we'll still be stuck. We'll still get 3 movies a year, which will be not as bad.
No.
Because that means it'll put the Deadpool sequel will probably be in that of the 3.
It's probably why they haven't announced anything yet, because they want to know what they have to work with before they announce
Set
anything.
any dates?
Yeah.
I have a solo question.
Sure, let's jump back to Solo. I love this. This is a fun game.
Okay.
I'm gonna watch it again.
So
Same.
Okay, so Disney did this movie, yeah?
Disney owns Lucasfilm, yeah.
Okay. Did Disney also do Rogue One?
Yes.
And
they've done everything since Force Awakens. Any Star Wars one that came out since Force Awakens, they've done.
Okay. So this last batch of Star Wars movies has all been done by Disney.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay. Just asking.
Yeah, no worries. Otherwise, there probably wouldn't be a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, no.
Right.
Oh, you gotta tell me. Does Veronica know that thing you told me about George Lucas?
What?
Does Veronica know that thing you told me about George Lucas?
Oh, that he directed a scene in Solo.
Yeah, you did tell me that. Do you know which scene?
Yeah, it's actually a scene that's been in the trailer, so it's not like really a spoiler for me to say it. But
With the fancy wine glasses.
2 main characters are on this fancy dinner
That
type
scene.
setting. And
That makes sense because that was like a total callback to all the other Star Wars movies. Like, there's
Definitely
always a
had the-
party scene.
It definitely had the
scene.
cantina feel, definitely, and that was something cool.
It's not
It's
a
a fancy
spoiler, but I
cantina.
loved there was the one line about I'm gonna go in the middle of nowhere and I'm gonna open a cantina, and I was like, Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you are
Do
for
it.
sure.
I don't know, there was.
I liked Solo. I would recommend everybody go see it. It was a fun movie.
So you recommend that I go see Infinity War, Deadpool 2, and Solo?
Yeah.
Personally, I would say those are the same day, but I would see Deadpool over all of those.
Okay, I would see Infinity War if you're like in the mode to see it a second viewing.
Yeah.
Do it before you see anything else, so you're still fresh on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I don't want to jump into a whole new storyline without.
That's true. You don't want to revisit it.
No.
But if you're only going to see another movie this weekend, I would see Deadpool 2.
True. Also true.
But I think... Actually, Solo, I wasn't actually as excited going to see that movie as I was to see Deadpool 2. Just I didn't know what I was going to get.
I agree with that because there was the whole like, are you okay?
Yeah, I just turned and hit my face on the microphone. It was just my
Whiplash yourself
glasses.
on the microphone?
It was just my glasses because
Man.
they're kind of broken. They bumped it.
But no, with the whole shakeup of directors and everything, and like how that happened, Ron Howard last minute coming in to save Solo.
Did you see the credits? How it worked out for them?
No.
How Phil Lord and Chris Miller just got
How did
executive
Ron
producer
Howard
credits
save
and
Solo?
Well, because
Phil Lord and Chris Miller of the Lego Movie and
both got fired from directing Solo
because they crossed Lawrence Kasdan, which you don't cross Lawrence Kasdan in a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
They tried to make it too much like the Lego Movie instead of sticking to the script.
Yeah, they were trying to go on a lot of that improv. This was on the heels of how well Ragnarok was doing.
I mean,
I still haven't seen Ragnarok either.
it doesn't-
Ragnarok or Black Panther.
You haven't seen Ragnarok yet?
No.
No, you're not seeing Infinity War 2. You're going to go watch those movies.
Maybe you
Or
should
Nate
just
will just
stay
not,
and we'll watch
Nate's not gonna let you
Ragnarok
leave that.
today.
For real, yeah, I would be
You
down.
could have Black Panther too. You could.
Yeah, we could do it. We just get into
Black
it.
Panther, you can watch that without any prior knowledge. Black Panther is very much a standalone story.
Yeah, that's
Definitely.
a standalone story. Worth watching.
I really want to know how many people have only ever seen Black Panther, then went to see Infinity War after Black Panther. And
Yeah.
I saw no movie because I think there's probably a lot of new fans that just came for Black Panther because it was a first of its kind black-led superhero type thing.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, Wakanda's back in Infinity War. I'm gonna go see that. And they're like, what the fuck is happening?
It's so confusing. No, one thing I
And
will say,
everybody
Everybody
coolest
dies.
moment for me. I got Ollie to watch Black Panther,
Mm-hmm.
and I was trying to get him to like go to bed, sleep, and he went, Wakanda forever, and then like laid down. I was like, yes.
Yeah, I walked into the house the other day and he ran up to me. You were there, and he ran up and goes, "Wakanda forever!"
Just a little white boy.
Yeah,
He's gonna go as Black Panther for Halloween now.
He would. I mean, he
well,
loved the character.
when Nate was little, he went for Halloween.
Oh no!
As Black Panther?
No.
As a Black Panther?
No, much worse.
Dennis Rodman. Tell him all about that, Nate.
Do you have a picture of him on Instagram?
I do.
He
have,
does.
I do have a
I've
picture.
seen it. It's real.
Listen,
Super funny.
I
Very
really
90s.
I really
White boy thing to
loved
do.
Dennis Rodman.
Well, yeah.
You don't even know. He was
So
my
that's
hero.
That's only the only basketball players I remember is like that team.
Michael
of the
Jordan,
Bulls. That whole
Pippen,
team.
and Rodman.
Man, no. In the 90s, I can name so many amazing basketball players. Shaq,
Oh my God,
you have,
yeah.
Gary Payton, Sean Kemp, Deathless Shrimp from the...
Deathless Shrimp.
Deathless Shrimp,
This
yeah.
is a different podcast
This
altogether.
is Journey into Sports.
Yeah.
I'm sure we don't have a sports. Well, no one's
The only
really
reason
that
I
into
know who
sports.
Detlef Shrimp is because of Parks and Recreation.
That's hilarious. Did they make fun of him or something?
No,
Yeah.
he's on the show.
Yeah.
In and out.
He's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indiana Pacers.
Leslie Knope
Detlef.
knows him, doesn't she? Leslie Knope knows him?
Well, it's Indiana, and he's
Yeah.
Indiana Pacers.
Yeah.
They even had that one
Reggie
thing with Larry
Miller.
Bird's grandma.
Larry Bird,
Larry
yeah.
Bird, yeah.
Larry Bird's
Magic
grandma.
Johnson.
Tilda.
Oh, yeah,
Tilda
man.
Bird.
Anthony Hardaway. Jason Kidd.
Okay, this is
Let's
a different
go. Like,
podcast.
All right, so Nate's going to announce a new podcast, Journey into Sports.
no, we're not doing the sports ball podcast. Maybe we should.
That's
but
an entirely different beast. And
yeah, I
No
don't
one- I
know
don't
if
think
I
anyone on
can
the net is
do
that
that.
into sports to actually do a sports-centered show.
Hey, you want to know a secret? I'm not.
I'm most
A
definitely
90s
not.
sports show?
Ooh, but what if it's just a 90s themed sports show?
Oh, that's
Where you
actually
talk about all your highlights of your youth.
basketball 20 years ago would be awesome because there's actually a podcast called Wrestling 20 Years Ago. And they go through and they watch all the pay-per-views and shows as if they've never seen them before and try to predict what they already know isn't necessarily going to happen, but like what they would have done if they had an opportunity.
To watch old Bulls games and comment on them like it's live.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think I could probably find my old starter jacket somewhere. I had a Bulls starter jacket. And my old Rodman.
We watched Space Jam on
Yes.
the show.
I just watched Space Jam with Oliver, and he loved it.
How did it hold up?
That's something
segue.
else that we wanted to talk about today. The other day I was thinking about, okay, if we're going to get into this, we're going to get into this right. This is directed at you, Lauren, because when I brought up this idea, you'd said something. I was thinking about Forrest Gump the other day, and I was like, oh, I really want to watch Forrest Gump, but I wonder if it holds up. Like, I wonder if it's going to be shitty, like, you know, having not seen it for however many years it's been. And I was like, I don't know, and then maybe we should talk about that on Foodies and blah, blah, blah. And then when I suggested this idea, you're like, yeah, my pick would be Forrest Gump. And I was like, that's the movie that inspired this this train of thought.
You guys are on the same
brainwave. So I thought it would be funny. But yeah, I was too afraid to watch it because I was like, what if it doesn't hold up? Do you think that it does?
Yeah.
It does? That's good.
Especially
because that was like an important movie in the 90s, you know?
It really was.
I feel like this whole segment should just be movies from the 90s, like our youth.
Sure, yeah, but I have a question. We're on Forrest Gump right now, and it allows me to segue into a mini tangent. Do you guys know the Mandela effect thing and the thing with Forrest Gump?
I do. We've talked about it.
Mandela? I've not heard about it.
Do you know what the Mandela effect is?
No.
The Mandela effect essentially is a theory that people have. Bernstein bears, the inconsistencies of when Nelson Mandela died. Did he die in a jail cell in the 90s or was he freed? And like people remember history differently, and like it's not like, oh, I just got my facts all fucked up. Like you clearly remember, right? Mm-hmm. Here's one that'll fuck you up. What's the famous line in Forrest Gump? Mama always said,
life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
That's not what they say. And when you watch it now, you're going to go, wait, what? Because something has changed, and that's what the Mandela effect is.
It's a false memory. It's like, it says the Mandela effect is a name given to the phenomenon of a collective misremembering of specific facts or events.
So what's the real
So
line?
it means the collective consciousness, like the
Life
collective
was
people
like
are
a
all
box
remembering
of
things that
chocolates.
aren't exactly right.
So I'm pretty sure
But we all have this, like, intense feeling that it is right. We remember it, but it's always something different. Like the Bernstein Bears, a lot of people remember it being spelled like A-I or E-I-N, but it's actually like A-I-N.
Interesting.
And it's weird shit like that. But the Forrest Gump one was relevant, I guess.
There's probably a lot of that in life, is collective misremembering of things.
Yeah, there is.
I'm trying to pull it up now just to make sure that my what I said to you guys was correct. Oh, yeah. So you guys all said life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. But according to Internet Land and what you'll see if you watch the movie now, life was like a box of chocolates. Now, I'm pretty sure my whole entire life is like a box of chocolates is definitely the line that is said in that movie.
I'm pretty sure it was just in a trailer somewhere. Like they said it in the trailer to make it like a tagline of the movie so people could remember something relevant from the movie. But maybe they didn't actually say it in that order in the movie. You know what I'm saying?
I realize there's a Mandela effect for the moon landing.
Oh,
it's the line is it's one small step for man, one giant. It's one small step for a man. Everyone misremembers that there's an A in there.
Really?
Huh. Because it wasn't saying they do it because it's as of humanity, but it was just he said it as talking about himself. It's one small step for a man, as an individual, instead of we do it as a collective of humankind.
Wow.
So yeah,
that's crazy. Mandela effect's jacked up. So, Forrest Gump, does it hold up?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna give it the seal of approval.
I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna report back to you next episode.
Yeah, I haven't watched it recently.
We should watch it.
I just brought it up because...
We should watch it and make shrimp.
Because honestly, I brought it up because yesterday, one of my coworkers at work, she was like, Sarah, let's talk about Forrest Gump.
Awesome.
Weird. Why is this movie in the ether?
I
it's
don't
like
know.
the collective
We can bake it
consciousness
right
again.
on the grill.
We can have coconut shrimp. We can have shrimp scampi. We can have shrimp Alfredo. We can have shrimp gumbo.
That's all
we
I'm
can have
Girl,
shrimp
you talking my
cocktail.
language.
If we're watching Forrest Gump, we're going to have a variety of fucking shrimp.
Liz will probably come for that. That's for sure. She loves that movie.
You should ask her what her memory is or was, and see what she says. If it's her favorite movie, she's
I know
the
Sally
authority.
Field says it in the movie.
She says the same line.
She said, "Life's like a box of chocolates, Forrest. You never know what you're gonna get when she's in her deathbed, right?"
Freaking Sally Fields.
I haven't seen this movie in years. I'm gonna need to rewatch it.
My dad's never seen it. You know.
Yeah,
it's
hope
crazy.
it holds up.
It's crazy to me. AP.
Wait, your dad has never seen Forrest Gump?
No,
I feel
never.
like
just about to just walk over.
I feel like yesterday Janet was like, honestly, or no, maybe it was Jackie who sits across from me. I can't remember if it was Jackie or Janet. They were like, the scene that gets me the most is when Forrest is talking to Jenny at the end, and he's like, "Is he like me? Like, is he like?
Is he special?"
Yeah. And she's like, "No, Forrest, he's very smart."
Yeah. And he got all like happy.
Mm-hmm.
I love.
Oh my God, this movie is so sad.
Nothing bad ever gets to happen to Tom Hanks because he's America's treasure.
Yeah, he is.
Oh,
he is our national
stays
treasure.
that way. I mean, with all of the allegations in Hollywood these
I love
days,
those memes about him that are like,
we will get there.
You know the news about Tom Hanks? He's a great guy. I was like, don't do that to me.
Don't do that. Or the people that go here, R.I.P. or like. Loving memory of Mark Hamill,
he's
who's still alive.
But I just have a loving memory of him.
And it's like, what the bastards, don't play me like that.
That's hard to come by in Hollywood.
Luckily, no one's ever done it to Stan Lee, because that could actually happen. So they shouldn't mess with that.
Yeah. So, AP, what movie?
I watched Small Soldiers.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
All my movies are packed up, so all the ones I was thinking about watching, I was like, I can't. I have to dig out a box, and I don't feel like doing that. So I was like scrolling through Hulu and their whole movies they had available. I'm like, I haven't seen that movie since I was a kid. So I watched it. It's like probably one of the last movies that didn't use CGI.
Yeah,
for that kind
practical.
of thing. It was all like puppetry and wires and stuff, and it's a dark kids. It reminds me a lot of Gremlins. It reminds me of Gremlins in that same kind of vein.
Because we put that on maybe sometime last year, late last year,
early this year, maybe even
earlier
in
this
January.
year. Yeah, it was a few months ago. Yeah, it was in the last few months. We put it on to try and watch with Oliver, and we ended up turning it off. It did not hold up.
Wait, what?
Small Soldiers did not hold up.
No.
And I hadn't seen it since I was a kid, and I liked it when I was a kid.
Kind of, like Tommy Lee Jones and Frank
I love
Langella
Tommy Lee
voiced
Jones.
it. Voiced the main characters.
Right.
You had David Cross.
Yeah.
As a young David Cross.
Yes.
I was also going to bring up The Breakfast Club.
Oh man, I love that movie.
You don't think that one ages well, or doesn't
I feel
hold
like
up?
I feel like it does.
I feel like it does too, because I
Yeah.
recently watched The Breakfast Club because that was like one of my night movies.
Yeah.
In my night
Yeah.
movie rotation for
Yeah.
a while.
It was in mine too.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's
a
Life
good one.
Aquatic with Steve Zissou.
Me too.
I still have never seen that movie.
It's so good. I put it on my Facebook.
I bet you would like it. It's
I've seen like
it's
3.
dry.
I think I started
it's-
watching. I think I might have shut it off.
Another
But that was
Wes
a different
Anderson
time. I need to watch
movie.
it with a more mature palate.
Yeah, you have a thing about Wes Anderson movies. I feel like you would like it. The soundtrack is really cool.
Yeah.
It's all David Bowie.
It's all David
covers
Bowie,
in
and then they have
Portuguese.
a Sigur Rós song at the end.
Yeah. Aw, and Bill Murray
Another
being
movie
an asshole.
I just watched recently was Boyhood, which is not really an old movie, but it's an old-ish movie.
I didn't see that.
Is that
You
that,
might actually like Boyhood.
What is that movie?
It's the movie that Richard Linklater did, where he filmed it for
12 years,
He filmed
actually.
it for 12 years, following the same kids as they grew up, and filmed them each summer, and then just got little snapshots of their lives. And it's actually a really neat.
I
form of
love the
storytelling.
concept. I
'Cause
love the
you
idea of it.
Oh, what's her name? Patricia Arquette and
Ethan Hawke, yeah.
So you get them young them from 12 years ago when they're still doing, and then so you can just see them age and their different styles. You know what films they're doing around that,
Right?
And you get this the two kids through their teenage years from prepubescent all the way to end of high school and college and stuff. It's a really cool snapshot and evolution. I think it's magic filmmaking. I don't know who would fund that movie. It's you're investing in a film that you're not going to see proceeds from for 12 years when it goes out. It
Right.
got a
That's
lot
a
of
passion
awards.
project for you.
It's
It's
they
like
try
an
to get
art piece.
actors to sign on, but I need you for 2 weeks
Every year for the
every
next
year.
12 years.
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna be able to pay you a lot of money. It was
But weren't they collaborators
yeah, they
together?
all it was
because
all he didn't really put.
They were all committed
wasn't,
to it.
Yeah, and it wasn't super scripted. It was just
Right.
he talked to the kids about what was going on in their lives, and then interwove that into the story. They had points they wanted to hit, and everything else was
We
kind of
should watch this movie, Nate. We
I
haven't
have
seen
it on
it yet.
Blu-ray.
I'll check it out.
When I unpack it.
Yeah,
I'll bring it over. It's a
definitely.
nice little movie.
What
Watch
about
the
you,
doc.
Nate?
I'm really excited. Annihilation comes out this Tuesday.
Oh,
Shouldn't it be on Netflix too? 'Cause it's
Wasn't that
Netflix
that Natalie
funded, isn't it?
Portman one?
I'm not sure. I know that it came out on digital to buy on Amazon this
It's an
past.
Amazon film.
this past week. No, it was a Netflix movie because they released it on Netflix when it came out in theaters in some other countries.
Oh yeah, you were telling us that it was an exclusive
Last
release
Jedi
thing.
comes out this summer, I think, on Netflix.
Really?
I'm gonna have to check and see if it's on Netflix, because if it is, then I'm not. I mean, I want to get the Blu-ray anyway, just because the Blu-ray is going to come with all these
special features.
I know.
I love the special features.
It's my jam.
I need to watch the movie.
That's why I've been like trying not to buy it on Amazon, because I really want to wait until the Blu-ray comes out on Tuesday. I'm going to go to Target and get it.
Yeah.
I need
That's
to
the
watch
best.
a big movie with commentary. I used to love the commentary. I just haven't watched it in a while. I want to just sit and like watch like a favorite movie with just commentary on and be like, huh.
I did that with Christmas Vacation last Christmas.
Was it Chevy Chase? Was it the director?
It was Beverly D'Angelo, the director, producer, the guy who played, or Johnny Galecki, who played Rusty. And
was that the first
it
Rusty
was
or the second Rusty?
Second.
Christmas Vacation Rusty.
Oh.
So it was
so many Rusties.
Yeah, there's a lot of
And then it was Ed
Rusties.
Helms.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see
The new one?
Vacation, no.
No, I didn't
But I
see
did
it
just
either.
recently buy a box set at Target that has every single Vacation movie all in one thing.
Interesting.
Like 2 discs.
Interesting.
And it was like super cheap, like $7.
Nice. The guys who directed the Vacation movie were the same guys who wrote Spider-Man: Homecoming.
I knew that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
actually.
The kid from Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah.
He's on a lot of stuff.
What's his name?
Oh, he's like a 3-name kid. What's his name?
I don't know.
I'll look it up.
You guys look it up. I'll bring up the movie that I recently watched that does not hold its weight in water. Batman Forever.
Oh, you were so disappointed.
It doesn't hold well. It's really
Another Tommy Lee
really
Jones.
just like
That doesn't hold
it's
up.
shitty. It's a shitty movie.
It's a shitty movie.
Like there's not many redeeming qualities about the movie when you really break it down. I love Tommy Lee Jones.
Man, wasn't that like just like our jam in the 90s?
Oh,
like as
yeah.
a kid.
Okay, yeah.
I loved that
Yeah.
movie.
He played Sam Weir, didn't he?
What's the kid?
John Francis Daley.
Oh yeah, John Francis Daley. That's right. Wrote Spider-Man and then
It was Jim Carrey in Batman Forever. I
yeah,
liked him
yeah.
in that.
Go back and watch it now, and you're going to be like, okay, calm down.
Because he's
Carrey.
literally not anything
Wasn't
but Ace Ventura in the
Wasn't
movie.
that Batman Forever that they almost cast Robin Williams as the Joker? Wasn't that the one thing that was a potential casting?
I've never heard anything about that.
I
That was-
either.
I feel like
maybe he was gunning for that role.
No idea.
It was a different time back then.
I was also going to say I feel like Reservoir Dogs would hold up really well now.
Definitely
Ooh,
does.
It does. I love that movie.
Mhm.
That movie's so good. Just like Pulp Fiction still holds up. It's a great movie. We're going to keep thinking about these.
89 Batman held up okay because you guys did that.
Oh,
on the-
89 Batman's dope. It holds up
You can't
nicely.
touch it.
What about Batman Begins? That would hold up.
I don't know if Reality Bites holds up well now, just because I feel like the kids in that movie are just kind of...
I really wanted to punch Winona Ryder in the face.
Yeah, she gets really annoying.
And that's why it doesn't hold up. Reality Bites does not hold up
No.
for me.
Does Heather's hold up?
Going all the way back to episode 3 of this
Heather's
season.
is my jam. I
But does it hold
fucking
up?
love it. Yes, it does.
Titanic. I want to find out if Titanic holds up.
No, because I've seen all those memes where people have taped the shape of the door and how different ways they both could have fit on the door.
Yeah, it's like you could have shared the
Man.
door, Rose.
Like, she's not that big of a lady. That's a door.
Over it.
Yeah.
Didn't have to die.
We were actually talking about that yesterday, too. They were like... Jackie, who sits across from me, she's like... Titanic, I only cried the first time I ever saw it. She was like, every time after that, she was like, I was over it by
She
the
was
time
just
I got to
mad.
the end. Yeah.
Mr. Fantastic was in that movie. The actor played Mr. Fantastic.
Not Miles Teller.
No, the old Mr. Fantastic.
Oh, the other
The
guy.
guy with the foreign name. He was
Yeah, I
one of
don't
the crew people.
Oh, yeah,
He was
like in the crow's
that.
nest.
He was on the boat.
Yeah, that guy.
He was the guy with the flashlight.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Titanic.
Dead people? Dead
I went to
people.
a really cool Titanic exhibit in Las Vegas.
I
at
wanted
the
to go to
Luxor.
that. I wanted to go to that one.
It was so cool. I had actually
I just
seen
went to the gift
something
shop and got a shot glass
when
with
they
the
were in
Titanic
Chicago.
on it.
I went to it when I was younger, and then I got to see it in
They
Vegas.
have,
a few
they have
years
pieces
ago.
of the Titanic at that exhibit, don't they?
Hmm?
Don't they have pieces of the Titanic at that
They
exhibit,
do.
like windows and
the big
plates
piece,
and...
yeah. They brought up like a whole side of the hall.
Sweet.
It was really cool. It was
Wait,
super
where?
sad.
Where was this at?
At the Luxor in Vegas.
They have like a whole...
Titanic exhibit.
They have a big Titanic exhibit inside the Luxor. Like, it's like little mini museums inside at the very top of the pyramid, you know?
They do,
Wow.
Don't they do random like TV show and movie screenings in Vegas too? Like you just like they'll grab you off the street for like hey, you wanna-
Probably.
for like they do like the try and get feedback. They need to like recut the film or do
Yeah,
weird
yeah,
things.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool to do.
I don't really like Las Vegas. The few times I've been there, it hasn't really been fun for me. But I don't know. Maybe if I just went with the right mentality. Like the last time I went, I was sick, and
I need to watch
I don't know.
Hangover again.
You need to go with us, is what
I
you're
just need
trying
to
to
go with
say.
you guys, yeah.
That's what really needs to happen.
You and Sarah should go.
We should all. Yes, we want to go to Vegas. That would be great. What I was going to say something about Batman Forever. Oh, I remembered. One thing that is terrible, it's so annoying about Batman Forever, is Val Kilmer's portrayal throughout the movie. He's
As Bruce Wayne or Batman?
Both.
I thought he was a decent...
Batman, weak as fuck. Come on now. I'll get drive-through. Like, get out of here. And then his Bruce Wayne portrayal is so stiff and stodgy and... How about I get you out of that black dress, or out of those clothes into a black dress? Like, it's just like, that's not Bruce Wayne. He's not suave.
I gotta remember, is Val Kilmer before or after George Clooney?
Before. And then Bat Nipples happened.
That was Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So he was right for Keaton, though, so he's a big shoes to fill.
What was one that had Uma Thurman in it?
That was Batman and Robin.
Okay.
Because she was Poison Ivy, and Schwarzenegger was Mr. Freeze. And,
yeah.
So who's the main villain in Batman Forever, then?
Both of them.
Two-Face and Riddler, yeah.
Wasn't the Two-Face also in... No, Two-Face and Riddler weren't in Batman and Robin.
No.
Their costumes were, but they weren't.
Yes, they were.
Spoil or Easter egg.
Because which is weird that they would have Two-Face. That was one of my big complaints from Batman and Robin, because why would you have Two-Face's costume hanging in the asylum after he was clearly killed in the last movie? Like, he fell to his death. Why are you bringing his suit? Just like, let's put it in there. He's not even in there.
Just an Easter egg.
Yeah, but it was just poorly put.
Was it Joel
Schumacher? Yeah.
They constantly apologize for even making that movie.
Yeah.
What movie?
Including
Batman.
And Robin.
Yeah.
Tim Burton should do another Batman movie.
You know what's crazy is Tim Burton was going to do Batman Forever, and when they couldn't guarantee Keaton would do it, and they couldn't guarantee that everything they wanted to have happen would happen.
I thought it was more that Keaton and Burton were tied together, so if one of them couldn't do it, the other one wasn't going to do it.
Exactly, and that was because they were...
It was collaborative.
Definitely.
What was the one with Nicole Kidman in it?
Batman Forever.
The one with Val Kilmer. She was
Dr.
awful.
Chase Meridian.
Are those?
They made her
lips?
into like such a slutty character. It was so gross.
Yeah.
Like she could have been a cool character.
Bane.
And then there's that miscut in the theaters when you saw the movie. Bane is in the place with Poison Ivy going Bane, and then later
Who's excited to see Tom Hardy as Venom?
50-50.
Yeah.
They didn't like Tom Hardy for a long time.
I still don't see what they're going to do with it.
I still don't like Tom Hardy. He did not do Bane justice.
I like him in Inception.
Yeah,
okay,
he was really good in Inception.
Yeah, but he's not like the main player.
I liked him in The Revenant.
Tom Hardy's in The Revenant?
Yeah, he was the antagonist in The Revenant.
I didn't see The Revenant.
Yeah.
Dude, Academy Award-winning film.
Yeah.
You should watch
I watched that movie with my dad when it was first released.
He's pretty intense in The Revenant. You should watch that.
It was fucked up.
Yeah,
it was.
It's a fucked up movie.
Yeah, it was
doesn't
not.
He,
it was not a
like
good
almost
time.
get fucked by a bear?
He gets mauled by a bear.
He gets mauled and like Left for Dead.
There's some very graphic visuals in that movie.
I don't want to see that movie.
Also, they filmed a lot of it on there was no green screen. They filmed a lot of that just in the woods, in winter, in places. Oh, have we talked about the new Quentin Tarantino movie?
No.
The movie with DiCaprio, Brad Pitt.
Time out. What?
Wait, what?
The movie the one about Marilyn Manson. What's it called?
Marilyn Manson? What?
No, not Marilyn Manson. The dude with the swastika.
Charles Manson?
Charles Manson.
Okay.
Never mind.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Fuck. I was like, there's a biopic with fucking what?
It's I don't know what it's actually called. Quentin Tarantino DiCaprio.
Oh, a special guest appearance by Ami.
I'm not sure what it's called. It's like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh.
Yeah, it's got Margot Robbie as Sharon Tate, Brad Pitt as Cliff Booth, DiCaprio as Rick Dalton, and then you got Timothy Olyphant, Tim Roth, Kurt Russell, Burt Reynolds.
Damn, baller cast.
Yeah.
Usually is for a Tarantino movie.
And Burt Reynolds will play George Spahn, who owned a ranch and housed Charles Manson and his followers in the late 60s. This is going to be it comes out August 2019.
Nice. What was I going to say? Speaking of Tim Olyphant.
Santa Clarita?
Yeah, Dad had me watch the first episode of season 2.
We're in season 2 now.
I watched the first episode of season 2, and I was like,
it's different.
It's good. I mean, Dad said by episode 3 you're just like laughing the whole time, like
it's
rolling.
It's a comedy. It's a zombie comedy.
Zomedy.
Zombie.
It's probably a lot like that one show on CW.
Oh, iZombie?
And I've never watched it, but it feels like it's a little bit humorous.
I wanted to like iZombie, but
it wasn't that good.
It's got one more season left.
I was really embarrassed. No, go on. What were you going to say?
No, what were you?
No, you go on.
You want me to go?
Yeah.
And we're just going to forget that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you had a good thing I want to bring up. On the scale, where are we? Where do we sit?
Yeah, it was something I thought about the other day. I was like, because this is a show called Foodies Watching Movies. We all like food, we all like movies, but where do we fall? Like, if you put, like, sometimes you take a survey, it's always like highly unlikely, and you have to move that little dial. Like, if Foodies was on one side and movies was on the other, where would your dial fall? Like, for me, I feel like I'm like 70% movies, 30% food, because I loved movies well before I did anything with food, like cooking anything interesting or doing recipes and stuff.
Totally. I feel that. Like I said earlier, when we were conceptualizing this concept, I think I'm 60-40, man. Like, I love movies as the 60 and food is the 40, but there are days where it could definitely be right in the middle, 50-50 for me, for sure.
I feel like it's changed for me a lot. When we first started talking about doing a Foodies Watching Movies podcast, food was like my life. I was a short order cook for a while. I worked at a cafe. Like, I wanted to have I was doing my own like cupcake
even starting
baking.
out doing season 2. I mean, we're on the 20th episode now. Even starting out doing season 2, like we started out with more like food based episodes,
right? But I feel like it's changed, and I think a lot of it is just for me personally. I've had a really hard year. I had a lot of personal stuff going on.
Yeah.
I was sick for a long time. I lost a lot of weight, and I haven't really talked about that. And it's stress and pressures and of life and adulting ain't easy and all that shit. So I feel like it's changed. I'm not so much into food anymore. I don't really have a lot of time to. I hadn't really had a lot of time to cook, and I've been more into movies. But honestly, my focus has been shifting. Now that the school year's done, I'm done teaching. My little kid is done with preschool, and we're just going to spend the summer hanging out and having a good time. So probably watch a lot of movies and try to get back to healthy cooking and, hopefully get back into the food again.
Jamming on some
good
good
food. To be
food.
healthy, just food. Right?
Lauren?
What?
Where do you fall? More foodie, more movie?
Definitely more movie now.
Mm-hmm.
When Veronica was saying that she's had a really hard past year, I've had a really hard past year too.
Absolutely.
I moved out last May, was my first month living on my own. And it's just been a very tumultuous year.
Good, great word, tumultuous. But
that seems to be a theme for our little group of friends and loved ones. It's been a really rough kind of couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. 2016 was the start of it.
Yeah, 2016 it all started. Like the last half of 2016 was where shit got...
That's exactly right.
Yes. Fucked up.
The last half of 2016 is when my ex-husband moved out, everything changed, and then 2017 was like the year of finalizing things, and 2018 seems to be the kickoff into something new.
Yeah.
Currently running in the mud.
The last half of 2016, I had my surgery in July.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I got sick like at the tail end of June.
Man.
And then I had my surgery in July. So for the last half of 2016, I was pretty much in the hospital or in physical therapy.
Right.
That's shitty.
I can't even imagine how hard that is. It's rough.
I just realized this is probably the first episode that's not food-centered.
Yeah.
Or in a while.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't really have a theme today. I'm just been snacking on chips.
It is Memorial Day weekend.
This is the season
we
of
should have
food.
grilled.
Yeah, I know.
We have hot dogs and we have chicken and we didn't fucking
Not
grill
so
anything.
much.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm just gonna eat these chips.
I posted something on my Facebook today. It's like this video I found on Instagram. It was of the creator of Facebook. And he was like talking about like grilling out, and he was like, "We're smoking these meats, we're grilling them."
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
I couldn't see it being grilling at all.
grilling these meats.
I could probably hire someone to grill for him. He's got
Gonna grill these meats. Oh my god.
Don't
He'll probably burn it. Don't worry.
He's gonna have his wife do it.
I heard that his whole neighborhood sued him, Mark Zuckerberg.
Didn't he buy like?
Because like he was renovating his property, but it was like impeding on literally every neighbor around him's space. Like, and he's like, I'm Mark Zuckerberg. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, do you want to use Facebook?
Huh?
It's like,
Here,
you
have $1 million, whatever.
Right
guys?
here. Like, you don't have Facebooks anymore.
He's like, you gonna bitch? I'll take your Facebook away. Watch me. I can do it. I got the power.
It's like, I have a master button here.
Speaking of men, you know, in their power.
Men in high mind.
Yeah, we were going to talk about some unfortunate Hollywood news.
On Arrested Development?
No.
Did you hear about the Arrested Development stuff?
Yeah, Jeffrey Tambor got accused of sexual misconduct or whatever while on his show. What was it?
Transparent on Amazon?
Yeah.
But did you hear about the new thing where, like, he called out...
Jessica Walter?
Yeah, and then the male cast kind of defended Tambor.
Really?
Or, like, didn't take her... It was... They didn't outright, but they kind of walked it back to not make it a big deal.
Weird.
Because they're doing publicity for season 5, which drops, I think, next Friday
or
this
just
Friday.
Doing like damage control at this point.
And like David Cross came out was like, and he released a very nice public apology about like how, because he wasn't doing the publicity for it. He was like took her side and stuff, but then like said, well, she also done something. I'm like, well, that's not also not a great thing to say, but.
He said,
lots of drama.
She said.
Hollywood is a mess sometimes.
Hollywood is getting cleansed right now, I think,
Drain
is
the
the
swamp.
big thing. Yes. So there's, which, you're going to cover that on your other show, Poor Report, every Tuesday on the Journey into Comics Network?
Talking about the sinkhole?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. I can't wait to hear about that.
Hoping it swallows the whole thing.
Yeah, me too. Also, it'd be fucking epic.
I mean, I want to
Just
see it first.
Hell,
but
just...
I still might be going to see it in September.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't
I'm
want to
going
go
to
there.
try.
Oh, okay. That's
I
terrifying.
got to talk to my congressman.
What?
You have to get access to the White House. You have to ask your congressman to hook you up with a tour. Yeah.
Really?
It's legit.
I did not know that. That's fucking
My dad's-
crazy.
So you can personally reach out to your congressman?
And have them put a request in for you to do a White House tour. Then they just tell you a time and they tell you a time and you tell them when you want to be there, and they'll just.
Wow.
It's not. You do it like 6 months in advance.
Holy shit.
Holy shit, but you can still do it? Like, I could do
you're
this?
You're doing a public tour. Like, you don't go into any private areas. You just get to go in and be like, this is the...
But in order to be a part of the public tour, you have to have this. You can't just
and
go...
you can't bring, like, anything. Like, you can't have...
A phone, probably?
You can't bring a purse, a stroller, anything that could potentially be a weapon, you can't bring with you. And they don't let you have, like, put stuff in, like, security lockups. Yes.
Do they make me cut my hands off because these things are guns?
Wow.
That was weak. I'm sorry. I had to do it.
I think it'd just be cool. I would just like. I'd rather it to be a different president's White House, but to see the White House.
Who
still would be
knows?
cool.
Who knows in September?
But they
knows?
can also cancel the tour at like a moment's notice if something happens.
Oh yeah, that could be.
How annoying.
That'd be crazy. Go all the way out there for nothing.
Well, I'm going. I have a wedding in September in Maryland, so I'm going to try and tie it together.
Oh, ties the rug and nice. Okay, so back to the allegations and what's been going on. Harvey Weinstein turned himself in.
He did.
Game over.
Friday. He did.
Done. He'll go away for a long. He looked like shit too.
Well, did you see that?
What did he turn himself in for? Like, what did he
Rape.
get charged?
Well, the Weinstein.
Yeah.
Well, not the Weinstein company. What's the new company that he has? It's not Weinstein.
Who did he name? Did he name anyone?
I don't know. I know that he just.
Well, there's been a lot of people naming him. So
Yeah. I mean.
So he just came right out and said that.
Well, basically say like he
was charged with rape and sexual misconduct. That's what he was charged for, and he turned himself in.
Willingly.
To face charges.
When, Brad Pitt was dating Gwyneth Paltrow, and he like that he wanted to punch Weinstein in the face when he
really
like stuff like he was trying to do with Gwyneth Paltrow.
What?
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. Long story short, not Brad Pitt.
I was like,
now there's allegations of even our dear Morgan Freeman.
Yeah,
that one sucks.
Well,
that one sucks.
I don't think it's the only thing. It's hard because there
Can't
should
trust
be
anyone
there should be
anymore.
a gray area, but I think there's levels.
I agree with that.
Like,
there has to be levels.
I don't think
also like these older guys are from a different generation when they could say certain things without people saying anything back, but it's still a problem.
Right? Did you hear about what was it? George Takei? That's his name,
Oh,
right?
George Takei had or George Takei.
I think it's George Takei, right?
It is.
Yes.
But anyway, his accuser has now recanted.
Yeah, and the fact like some of this is if it comes out on social media, a lot of stuff will drop you right away without even like further confirmation, which is sad. But they shouldn't just ignore it. There's got to be a line. There's a line that no one knows how to balance yet.
I think that's what we're trying
that's
to find right now.
An issue.
I mean, some of the advertisers that have been using Morgan Freeman in their ads have already dropped him without even having any further confirmation.
Right, because any kind of bad press is like, oh, fuck this shit.
Yeah,
we're getting off this train.
So like someone could use it like I could say that like someone did something to me, and if it gets enough traction, that person's life could get messed up, and it could be entirely false. But you can't ignore every single one. So there's just.
It's hard to tell.
Aziz Ansari's thing was. Do you remember that?
That was fucking crazy. He went on a date with a girl.
Yeah.
He misread some signals, and then it blew up in his face.
And then she like tried
put
to
him on social media saying like he like raped her, but like it was consensual. But it was
consensual, but she didn't enjoy it or something.
She regretted it.
Yeah.
But still, that's a bad date.
It's like, dude.
And it's just like all these things are gonna. But you couldn't compare.
But
like Louis C.K.'s
I don't even like
thing's
talking
also
about this
really
stuff.
messed up.
Drama.
Yeah,
it's sucky.
I don't know. Do you do a Life of Pets too? Speaking of Louis C.K.
Really?
But I don't know if he's going to be doing it, so I don't know what that's going to be about.
Weird.
I'd much rather see a Zootopia 2 of those animal-based movies.
Zootopia 2 would be cool.
I'm not a big fan of animal-based movies,
Zootopia
not gonna lie.
Zootopia was a good
I did like
race
Isle of Dogs,
like
though.
racial
Yeah, it was okay.
context show.
I don't think I need to see it again, though.
No, definitely not.
Which
definitely
one?
going to go see
Isle of
Infinity
Dogs.
War before I'd go see Isle of Dogs again.
Yeah.
See what?
Infinity War before I'd go see Isle of Dogs again.
I heard something else. Heard Dirty War. It's like, what's Dirty War?
Xfinity War?
Did I say Xfinity War?
No, Keith Evans does though.
Like 12 times. I want to.
He says Xfinity War.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
Xfinity War.
It had me cracking up
That's
during
the
JIC because he
Comcast
just
deals, the
kept
Xfinity
he kept saying Xfinity War. And I was laughing my ass off.
Keith's hilarious. His album just dropped. By
Yeah, yesterday.
Verbum Science.
I went up there and saw him perform that.
Is he the singer or is he the comedian?
Comedian.
Okay, I was like to say like an album. I was like,
How did it go?
It went really well. So I saw all that stuff on his album. I saw that performed live.
Shit, yeah.
We need to have him come back on our show.
Yeah.
He's super fun.
I want to
He's
meet
so
him.
much fun.
He's a
really
just fun sounding guy.
I want him back for Brews with Babes.
Yeah, me too. You can come back for Brews with Babes anytime.
Sure, yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, you guys need to do that. I still never told you my $1 billion idea that I'll have to tell you before you take off. But I don't think we really have anything else to cover today. AP, I know you're probably got to be getting on the road soon. You have a big, important thing to do today, don't you?
Oh, actually, yeah, it's engagement photos.
Wow.
Because you're getting married.
Man.
Adulting is hard.
Adulting.
Actually, Adulting's Hard is the social media. It's at Adulting's Hard because
Really?
Adulting Ain't Easy is too long on Twitter.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
So it's Adulting's Hard. So it's Adulting's Hard on Facebook and Twitter.
That is a funny podcast.
I don't have
Everyone should
Instagram
check
yet.
that out.
Definitely. Every other Wednesday.
It's very
opposite.
relatable. Very hashtag this is 30.
Definitely.
But I'm not 30 yet. But it's still.
But
close
you're
enough.
on your way.
I'm close enough.
You're getting there.
I'm
You
going to be
ain't
28
slowing
in
down.
Hashtag 2
June.
years.
I'm going to be 28 in June.
June what?
Oh,
25th.
baby.
25th.
My half birthday is Christmas Day.
That's
I was just going to say you have a half Christmas birthday.
Yeah.
You would pick that up.
Oh my God. Can we kegnog? Can we have a kegnog
Okay.
for Lauren's birthday? Yeah. Eggnog out of a keg. Kegnog. Come on.
Gross.
Yes.
Do you fill a cake with eggnog?
Yeah, you don't really want to
That
do
sounds so
it.
gross.
but it's-
Yeah, it sounds like you have
We
problems.
just have cakes and eggs instead for her birthday.
Cakes on eggs?
No,
Cakes and eggs.
Cakes and eggs.
Kegs
Kegs
and
and
eggs.
So it's beer and
Kegs and
eggs.
eggs.
Beer and scrambled eggs.
Sure. That's,
Can we have breakfast for dinner?
I'll make everybody a stocking. Half Christmas stocking.
Just pour scrambled eggs in it.
Can we go caroling?
I don't want to go caroling.
We only do half songs.
Can we just
Yes, we
carol
just
Misfit
start them and
songs?
walk away.
We wish you.
Can it be Misfit songs?
I'd be into that.
We wish you. And then just leave.
We wish. Everyone's like, what do you wish? I don't know. What was that going to be? Were they about to sing Christmas carols? I'm confused.
Dreaming of a white. And just leave.
I don't want to talk about Christmas because
You will
it's
get
such a beautiful
shot.
day
Don't say
out
that.
now. It's finally summer. I don't want to talk about Christmas
I don't really
anymore.
want to talk. I don't even want to picture the snow.
I know. I don't even want to
It's too
imagine
cold.
living
No.
through another Christmas here.
It needs to be like 10 degrees cooler.
10 degrees cooler today? Yeah.
It's a little muggy out today, but I would.
sticking in this chair I'm sitting in.
I'm kind of happy with it.
I know.
After it being, I mean, just a week, not
bitch ass cold.
Like on the 20th this past week or the 21st, it was like 50 degrees outside.
Yeah, it was still
Beautiful.
Yesterday was really
Gives
nice.
me the
Yesterday
cold
was like almost perfect weather. It was a little hot during the day, but I have a lot of like trees at my house, and it was very shady
The
and
past
lovely.
few weeks, the weekdays have been beautiful and the weekends have been kind of crap.
I know.
I was
for
like,
real.
Like I did.
It's like the first nice Saturday we've had in a while.
Yes,
It's
absolutely.
like rescheduled.
And it did rain yesterday.
Like, hey, we're taking photos, and it just starts pouring down rain. And you're like, I hate all of you right now.
I guess we're doing it next Saturday.
I'm just happy that it's finally like sundress weather.
I know. I'm so pleased about that. I was
It's
going to
not
wear a
hot
little
like a
sundress
bit.
today, but I'm wearing my slice baby pizza tank top.
I love that.
You know, in honor of Foodies. I'm so glad that we're all back together. The gang's back together
For
today.
20.
Yeah, that was fun.
I'm not sure what we'll hold for 21, but I think we've only got like 3 or 4 episodes left of this season, and we'll be wrapping it.
Mhm.
We'll take a little short break, and you guys will
Reconvene.
catch us in August. So we'll obviously be filling people
Is there any big
in with that
movie that's
stuff.
coming out in August that'll be going to come back on?
No, because nothing really hits until October.
It's the end of the blockbuster seasons. And
Well, it comes out in October.
Venom. And that's like the only one I can really think
Aquaman?
of.
November is Aquaman.
December.
December? That's November. They push it back?
December 18th.
See,
Oh,
just
New
when you
Mutants
thought the
comes
Marvel
out.
fatigue
Doesn't New
wouldn't
Mutants
hit
come
you,
out in- or is
DC
it
has
spring?
movies coming
What?
out too.
I generally don't like
Dark Phoenix
DC
was out in the
as
New
much
Mutants,
as Marvel.
which is
The
winter,
comics
which
are
is
good.
the spring.
They're a lot darker, obviously, but the movie universe is nowhere near as entertaining as
Isn't
Marvel's.
Suicide Squad DC?
Mm-hmm.
To answer your question real quick, New Mutants is like June of 2019.
And then is Dark Phoenix in spring or is it
November.
winter?
Oh, Dark Phoenix. I forgot about that. Phoenix is one
Dark
of my favorite
Phoenix
characters.
will be the last
I think
Marvel Fox movie.
Mm.
It will be the finale for them.
Well, probably New Mutants would technically be it.
No,
It comes
because
out in-
November of 19.
Oh.
June of
Dark
19.
Phoenix. Who plays Dark Phoenix?
Sophie Turner.
Sophie Turner, Game of Thrones.
Yes.
She's gonna have her own movie.
Well, no. Well, it's still an X-Men movie,
Mrs.
but it's
Jones.
her story, the Dark
She's the
Phoenix story,
Phoenix.
which is.
Have you ever
badass.
read the Phoenix Saga?
Mm-mm.
It's so good.
It is so good.
As long as it's as good as Last Stand, I'll be happy.
Last Stand.
That's the
That's the worst one.
as long as it's as good as that, I'll be happy. I like The Last Stand. Does it hold up?
hated that movie.
Does
that
it hold
movie.
up?
That movie is. It's literally the
I
X-Men.
really like Days of Future
I
Past.
liked Kelsey
Sorry.
Grammer as the Beast.
Didn't save it for me.
Oh
That
my
movie was
God.
fucking trash.
AP.
That movie was fucking
That
trash.
would be your
man.
pick.
The Beast in a suit is good.
But like, listen, you know
I was
how
gonna say. I feel like it was very inappropriately miscast as the Beast.
Yeah, absolutely. So how like Batman and Robin is like a steaming pile of dog shit for DC's past. That's Last Stand. That's why Days of Future Past retconned that whole movie and made it not exist. Literally, the end of Days of Future Past makes that not ever happen.
Correct.
So
Thankfully.
They did bring back Kelsey Grammer in Days of Future Past though at the end. In the
I haven't
after
seen.
credits.
I haven't seen the newest X-Men. Which one is that?
Apocalypse?
Apocalypse.
Now. No.
Dope.
X-Men Apocalypse.
X-Men Apocalypse was really
X-Men
good. I thought.
Apocalypse was fine. It's just not
A
as
little too
memorable
Egyptian
as
for me.
Days of Future Past.
No. What?
A little too Egyptian for me.
Andrew Poor, everyone.
I still haven't seen Logan yet.
Oh, you don't need to.
You
It's
should watch
sad.
Logan before you watch Deadpool 2.
No.
No, because you know what? Logan's just fucking sad.
You
It's
should
just
watch
like
X-Men Origins before you watch Deadpool 2.
Logan was really good if you're in for that kind of movie, but you have to be emotionally prepared.
Is it that?
It's sad.
oh yeah.
Deadpool 2 will spoil
No, it
Logan.
won't.
Yeah,
Not
it will.
really. I
In the
mean,
beginning.
kinda, but not really, because it doesn't really give you context.
True. And I guess you gotta know going in.
So you need to watch Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther.
We'll make you a list.
You have a long weekend. You should just
Yeah.
knock
I'm
these
going to
out.
write
They
one
can
out
hook
for you.
up.
I'm going to write out a list
I can
for
make
you.
sure that happens. Absolutely. Hell yeah. Well, guys, before we get out of here, let's talk about the plugs, because we always got to get into those. As always, we are Foodies Watching Movies. Get us on all the different social media sites, Facebook at Foodies Watching Movies, or Instagram at Foodies Watching Movies. But on Twitter, we're Film Foodies. Shorter there. I hate that they don't let you have longer names. I digress. Anyways, also check us out on all the podcasting platforms, whether it's iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, or Spotify. Just search Journey into Comics Network. You'll get our entire network there, which is back to 10 shows, I think. 9 shows. We're at 9 shows right now, officially, because next...
Patreon?
Oh, and then also Patreon, AP. Where do we find that?
Patreon.com/Journey into Comics.
God, he's a pro. I love it. $1 gives you early access. $3 gives you early access and exclusive content.
And there's some Patreon exclusive shows down the pipe that
Yes, like Brews with Babes, featuring Lauren, talking about beers that she
And
likes.
if Lauren doesn't want to watch Thor Ragnarok, she'd always listen to the Thor Ragnarok review.
Oh, yeah, with the Road to Infinity War.
Yeah,
Man, look at this guy. He's just throwing him up for the...
He's just sending him up and knocking him out of the park.
Oh, hell yeah, I absolutely love it. All right, guys. Well, I think that's going to do it for episode 20 of this Foodies Watching Movies Season 2 episode. I kind of went out all weird. I think I want to call it the Tiniest, even though it wasn't a tiny episode, just because I said that earlier. It was funny. We'll figure out what the name is. I don't give a damn.
Okay.
There's like 100 names we come up with. Baby legs.
Ew.
No.
Don't spoilers.
Pop filter?
Pop filter. Yeah, pop
Dick,
filter.
I got a pop filter.
We'll figure this out
That's
later.
the episode
Hey,
title.
Dick, I got a pop filter. No, that sounds wrong. Let's not do that. All right, folks. Well, for Foodies Watching Movies, Season 2, Episode 20, I'm Nate.
I'm Veronica.
Lauren.
I'm Andrew.
And we will see you guys later. Eat well and enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. Or we hope you enjoyed it, because it already happened. Time travel.
Eat fresh.
Yep.
Fuck. Eat fresh. Eat fresh.
They don't use that anymore, I don't think.
No, Subway doesn't.
Subway, I think, go to
I
their
don't think
whole
I want to use
social
their
media site.
tagline.
No, we should avoid that. Eat fearless.